running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. Warren. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 116 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that there's...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters, and this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And his throw here is incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
He's got Green. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on fourth down. Mariota again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin Bush able to drop him for a loss of a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Mariota to throw it. This pass is caught by London. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw is Mariota. Throws right back to London, complete again. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. First down, Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Olamide Zaccheaus from 10 yards out. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it 24-13. That time, a 9-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. On the give, this is Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The fullback wide. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Pickett to throw on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up, because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Mariota now to throw on first down. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mariota. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And quickly, they get to the line. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. From the 30 on 2nd down, Pickett. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0